be alive.
The official trailer for The Furious 2026 has finally arrived, and it wastes no time showing its strength. From the very first seconds, the screen fills with dark streets, flashing lights, and the sound of distant chaos. There is no calm here, only tension building step by step. The trailer feels like a warning, as if something dangerous has been waiting in the shadows for a long time, and now it is ready to rise. This kind of opening is not just about action, it is about fear, anger, and the feeling that revenge is coming fast. What makes this trailer even more exciting is the powerful casting. Leading the charge is Xie Miao, a name that action fans know for his fast moves and sharp fighting style. In many of his past roles, he has shown speed, control, and a strong screen presence. In this trailer, he appears calm at first, but behind his eyes, there is a deep fire. The kind of fire that tells you he has lost something important, and now he is ready to fight for it. His character looks like a man who has walked through pain and is now stepping back into a world he once tried to leave behind. Facing him on the other side is the equally dangerous Taslim, known worldwide for his brutal and fearless villain roles. The trailer gives us only short glimpses of his character, but those few seconds are enough to send a chill down the spine. He stands tall, silent, and confident, like a man who knows he controls everything around him. There is a cold look in his eyes that suggests he is not just strong. He is smart, patient, and ready to crush anyone who stands in his way. When his face appears on screen, the music grows louder, and the feeling of danger becomes stronger. The trailer also hints at a larger world filled with crime, power, and betrayal. Dark alleys, hidden rooms, and armed guards appear quickly on screen, showing that this story is not just about two fighters. It is about a full network of danger. The camera moves fast, cutting between scenes of tension and short bursts of violence. Even without hearing much dialogue, the message is clear. Something terrible has happened in the past, and now the past is coming back to settle old scores. Another striking detail in this opening section is the tone of the visuals. The colors are dark, with heavy shadows covering most of the frame. Street lights flicker, rain falls slowly, and smoke drifts across the ground. These small details help create a feeling of pressure, as if the entire city is holding its breath. The music builds slowly in the background, starting with low sounds that feel like a heartbeat, growing louder with each second. It creates the sense that a storm is forming, and once it breaks, nothing will be the same again. What truly stands out is how the trailer builds curiosity without showing everything at once. It gives short flashes, a fist hitting a wall, a man falling to the ground, a weapon sliding across a table, but never enough to fully explain what is happening. This keeps the audience guessing. It makes viewers ask questions. Who started this war? What caused this rage? And most important of all, who will survive when the fighting finally begins? As this first section of the trailer ends, the tension reaches a high point. The hero stands alone in a quiet place, breathing slowly, as if preparing for a battle that cannot be avoided. At the same time, the villain appears in another location, watching silently, as if he already knows the fight is coming. The distance between them feels small, even though they are far apart. It feels like fate is pulling them toward each other, step by step, until there is no escape left. And that is how the trailer makes its first powerful promise. This is not just a story about action, but about revenge, power, and the moment when two unstoppable forces finally collide. The opening section sets the stage for a brutal journey, one filled with pain, loyalty, and the kind of battles that leave lasting scars. The next part of the trailer begins to open the door to the story behind all this rage. The fast cuts slow down for a moment, giving us a clearer look at the world inside The Furious 2026. We begin to see that this is not just a simple fight between two strong men. It is a story built on pain, broken trust, and a past that refuses to stay buried. The trailer shows quiet moments mixed with short flashes of danger, hinting that every punch thrown later in the film will carry deep meaning. At the center of the story stands the main hero, played by Xie Miao. From the scenes shown in this section, his character appears to be a man who once lived in violence, but tried to walk away from that life. We see him in calm surroundings, possibly living alone, away from the noise of the city. His face looks serious, but also tired, as if he has spent years carrying heavy memories. The trailer hints that he once belonged to a dangerous world, maybe working for a group, a gang, or an underground fighting circle. But something happened that pushed him to leave it all behind. Then, without warning, that quiet life begins to break apart. The trailer shows signs of sudden trouble, broken glass on the floor, a door forced open, and shadows moving quickly through a dark room. These short scenes suggest that danger has found him again. It feels like someone from his past has come back, not to talk, but to settle unfinished business. The look on his face changes from calm to focused, as if he understands that running away is no longer an option. The message becomes clear. The fight he once escaped is now standing at his door. At the same time, the trailer introduces the force behind this rising chaos, the villain played by Taslim. His presence in this section feels cold and controlled. He is not shown shouting or rushing into battle. Instead, he stands quietly, watching others carry out his orders. This tells us that he is not just strong, but also a planner, someone who thinks carefully before striking. In one short but powerful moment, he is seen sitting in a dark room, surrounded by guards, giving the feeling that he controls a large and dangerous network. This section of the trailer also hints that the conflict between the hero and villain may not be new. There are signs that these two men share a past filled with betrayal or loss. A quick flash shows what looks like an old photo or memory, suggesting that their history goes deeper than simple revenge. It makes the audience wonder if they were once allies, friends, or even brothers in arms. If that is true, then the coming battle will not only be physical, it will also be emotional. The setting of the film becomes clearer here as well. The trailer shows busy city streets filled with neon lights, crowded markets, and hidden corners where illegal deals seem to take place. There are glimpses of underground locations, dark warehouses, narrow tunnels, and secret meeting spots. These places give the feeling that much of the story will unfold away from the public eye, in areas where rules do not exist and power belongs to whoever is strongest. Another strong detail in this section is the sense of rising pressure. Every new shot feels like a step closer to war. The music grows heavier, with deep sounds that feel like thunder in the distance. Even when there is no fighting, the tension remains strong. A simple look between characters feels loaded with threat, as if violence could explode at any second. This careful build-up makes the audience feel that something huge is coming, and when it finally arrives, it will hit hard. We also begin to see hints of what might be driving the hero forward. In one emotional moment, there is a quick flash of someone lying injured or possibly lost. Though the trailer does not explain who this person is, it clearly shows pain in the hero's reaction. This moment suggests that his return to battle is not about pride or power, but about protecting someone or avenging a loss that changed his life forever. That single detail adds heart to the story, making the action feel more personal and meaningful. By the end of this section, the trailer paints a clear picture of the coming storm. A man who tried to escape violence is being pulled back into a brutal world. A powerful enemy waits in the shadows, moving his pieces like a master player. Old wounds are reopening, and new ones are about to be made. The stage is now set, and both sides are moving closer to the moment when talking will end and fighting will begin. This second section leaves viewers with many questions. What exactly happened in the past? Why did the villain choose this moment to strike? And how far will the hero go to protect what he still has left? These questions create strong curiosity, pushing the audience to keep watching as the trailer moves into the next phase, the part where fists fly, weapons clash, and the true power of both fighters is finally revealed. Now the trailer shifts into its most intense phase, where quiet tension turns into raw action. This is the moment where the Furious 2026 truly shows its power. The music suddenly rises, faster and louder, and the screen begins to flash with quick cuts of movement, impact, and chaos. Every second feels packed with danger, as if the film is warning viewers that once the fight begins, there will be no stopping it. This part of the trailer is designed to leave hearts racing and eyes locked on the screen. The first major action moment begins in what looks like a crowded street at night. Neon lights glow above, rain falls on the road, and people rush past without knowing what is about to happen. In the middle of this busy scene, the hero, played by Xie Miao, stands still, watching carefully. His body is calm, but his eyes are sharp, scanning every movement around him. Suddenly, a group of armed men steps forward, blocking his path. Without saying a word, the fight begins. The trailer shows a fast burst of punches and kicks, each move clean and powerful. One man falls, then another, as the hero moves with speed that feels almost unreal. The next set of shots takes us into a darker place, possibly a warehouse or an underground fighting zone. The lights flicker, chains hang from the ceiling, and shadows move along the walls. This location feels dangerous even before the fighting starts. We see the hero stepping inside slowly, as if he knows this place hides serious threats. Then, without warning, several fighters rush toward him from different directions. The camera cuts quickly between hits, blocks, and spins, showing that this battle is not just about strength, but also skill and timing. Each strike feels heavy, making viewers feel the force behind every move. At the same time, the trailer begins to show more of the villain, played by Taslim. Unlike the hero, his fighting style looks colder and more brutal. In one powerful scene, he faces an opponent in what appears to be a private arena. The room is quiet, with only a few watchers standing in the shadows. When the fight begins, his movements are slow at first, almost playful, as if he enjoys the fear of his opponent. Then suddenly, he strikes with sharp speed, knocking the other fighter down in seconds. This short scene sends a strong message. This man is not just a leader. He is also a deadly fighter. Another highlight in this section shows the use of weapons, adding more danger to the story. We see flashes of knives sliding across tables, guns being loaded, and metal rods clashing in midair. In one intense moment, the hero uses nearby objects to defend himself, turning simple items into tools for survival. This shows his quick thinking and ability to adapt under pressure. The trailer makes it clear that these fights will not always be fair. Sometimes survival will depend on speed, courage, and smart decisions. One of the most striking scenes appears midway through this section. A large explosion lights up the screen, sending sparks and debris flying into the air. Flames rise high, casting bright orange light across the faces of the fighters. In the middle of this chaos, the hero runs forward, refusing to back down even as danger surrounds him. The sound of the blast echoes loudly, making this moment feel like a turning point in the story. It suggests that the conflict has grown too large to stop quietly. Now it has become open war. The trailer also shows emotional flashes mixed with the action. There is a brief moment where the hero looks at someone with deep concern, possibly a friend or family member. This short scene reminds viewers that the battle is not only about revenge, but also about protection. The anger in his movements begins to feel more personal, as if each punch is driven by memory and loss. These small emotional hints add depth to the action, making it feel more meaningful rather than random. Toward the end of this section, the trailer builds toward its biggest tease, the first clear moment where the hero and villain stand close to each other. The screen slows down, and the music drops into a deep, heavy sound. Both men face one another in silence, surrounded by shadows. No punches are thrown yet, but the tension is so strong that it feels like the air itself is shaking. Their eyes lock, showing years of anger and unfinished business. This short moment promises that their final battle will be the most important fight of the entire film. As this section comes to a close, the trailer delivers one last burst of rapid action shots, spinning kicks, crashing bodies, shattered glass, and sparks flying across the screen. These fast images leave viewers breathless, as if they have just witnessed the start of something massive. The message is clear: the war has begun, and the road ahead will be filled with pain, sacrifice, and brutal clashes. This third section does more than show action. It proves that the world of the Furious, 2026, is built on constant danger and rising stakes. Every fight shown here feels like a small piece of a much larger battle that is still waiting to explode. And just when the audience thinks they have seen the full power of these fighters, the trailer holds back its biggest surprises, saving them for what comes next. A deeper look into the characters themselves and the true strength that drives them forward. As the action slows for a brief moment, the trailer shifts its focus from explosions and fights to the people behind the chaos. This section gives viewers a deeper look at the warriors who stand at the center of the Furious, 2026. Instead of fast punches and loud impacts, the scenes become more personal, showing close shots of faces, expressions, and silent moments that reveal who these characters truly are. It feels like the calm before the biggest storm, where every look and movement carries hidden meaning. The spotlight first returns to the hero played by Xie Miao. In this section, the trailer shows him not just as a fighter, but as a man shaped by hardship. We see short flashes of his daily life, quiet rooms, worn-out training areas, and moments where he stands alone, lost in thought. His body language tells a story without words. He moves carefully, as if every step reminds him of past battles. His hands, often shown clenched tightly, suggest anger that has been held inside for years. These details help viewers understand that his strength does not come only from skill, but from deep emotional pain. One striking moment shows him practicing alone, repeating the same move again and again. Sweat falls, his breathing grows heavier, but he refuses to stop. This scene suggests discipline and determination, the kind that only comes from someone who knows a terrible fight is coming and wants to be ready. The trailer hints that his character once walked away from violence, but now he is forced to return, not by choice, but by duty. His eyes reflect a mixture of fear, anger, and focus, showing that he understands the cost of stepping back into this world.